Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel. My name is Stella and I am a coach at Call Believe. What do we do? I provide DIY services on how you can build your credit report, maintain a good credit score and health, and build that financial wealth that you want to build. I also do provide financial literacy as well. If this is your first time of joining us, welcome to my channel again. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's so dear to my heart. It is about the misconception that people have about their credit score. Yes, there's a lot of misconceptions and I will try as much as possible to answer most of those misconceptions. One of the misconceptions is if I don't have anything on my credit report, it would help build my credit score. No. So if you don't have anything on your credit report, what we call a slim credit history, no credit cards, no bill payments, nothing at all, that is not building your credit score. It's not actually building your credit score at all. And that would also, yes, it's good not to have any credit facilities because that is what we talk about. That is what we try to encourage people to do. Pay off your debts on time so that way you can get to that financial freedom that you want to get to. However, even if it's as little as your cell phone provider, try to make sure that it does report to the credit bureau. Now, the reason why is because if you want to do any application in the future, that is one of the things that your lenders or your financial institution will be looking into. They would want to know what has happened over time. Why isn't there anything showing on your credit reports? And then you have to take time to explain that. But if you do have something that is showing at least on your credit reports, like I did mention, even if it's a cell phone bill or your Wi-Fi or cable bill that is reporting, that would help tell your lenders about your credit worthiness. Now, another misconception that people do have, and this one is so dear to my heart, it's so, I don't know, I talk about this all the time. It's about co-signing. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I co-signed for that product. I'm not responsible towards the payment. Is my partner or whosoever or the second person that co-signed that is responsible towards the payment and it has no impact. No, it has two major impacts on you. One of them is on your credit score. And the reason why is if the person that you co-signed with decides not to pay or they miss the payments, or the defaults in the payment, or there's any form of delinquency at all, because you are joint on it and it's showing on your credit report that you're joint on that credit facility, that will impact on your credit score and your credit rating. So you have to be on top of your game. You have to make sure that the person that you co-signed with, they are making their payments on time. Once in a while, it's not like you're trying to pry into their privacy or anything, but once in a while, you just have to check and say, hey, I hope you're making those payments. Is co-signing bad? No, it's not bad to co-sign for someone, especially, for example, parents co-signing for their children to get those homes because cost of houses right now are pretty expensive. So co-signing itself is not bad. You're just helping someone out there who cannot qualify for something by themselves to actually get what they want. But before you make that decision, reach out to your financial advisor, read all the fine prints, ask yourself those questions, the why behind the why, the behind the why, the reason. Make sure it's something that you're comfortable with. I get this a lot. Oh, I co-sign with my partner, with my boyfriend, or with my girlfriend for XYZ reason. And I'm like, okay, what happens when you break up? And you have that thousands, hundreds of thousands debts there. So that is why I said before you co-sign for anything, make sure you think about it. You go through all the fine prints and be comfortable with that decision that you want to make, because any delinquency, any late payments, that will go on your credit report and your credit score as well. The second reason about co-signing, misconception about co-signing is oh, I co-signed for this product and I'm not the one making the payment, it has no impact on my application. No, it has an impact on your application. It actually impacts your income to debt ratio. So take, for example, you co-signed for a loan with someone, for 100,000 loan or more with someone, and then you want to apply for something else for yourself, maybe your mortgage, or you want to purchase a vehicle. That will go on your income to debt ratio. So before you do any application, make sure you don't want to apply for something for your personal use anytime soon, because like I did mention, that would impact on your income to debt ratio. And think about it, co-signing is really huge. It's easy to get on that product. It is difficult to come out of it. So before you co-sign, read all the fine print, ask yourself the question, reach out to your financial advisor and let them provide you with the best advice before you take on that decision. Another misconception that people do have is, if I max out on my credit card and I pay the balance on time before the payment due date, it has no impact on my credit score. No. So let's take this scenario, for example. You're carrying a high balance on your credit card. It reports to the credit bureau showing that you're over 30% credit utilization. And on your payment due date, you make the balance payment in full. It's showing zero balance. And before your statement date, before it reports again to the credit bureau, you've racked it all up. That just shows that you are either a high credit utilization user, and that would impact on your credit score. Now, I know there are those one-off situations where you just have to make that large purchase or put on that large balance on your credit card and you're paying it off. That is okay as well, as long as you have the income or the savings to make that payment. If you don't have the income or the savings to make that payment, please don't go on any utilization over 30%, because that will just put you in a negative financial situation, and you don't want to be struggling. You don't want to make any difficulties in making your payments at all. So try as much as possible not to go above 30% of your credit utilization. Another misconception that people have is, if I check my credit score, that will lower my score. No. Yes and no, kind of. I would say that. Yes, it will lower your credit score if you are doing a hard credit check. So if you're applying for something, that would lower your credit score for sure. However, if you're just doing a soft check, you just want to see what is on your credit report, make sure that all those numbers, information, everything is accurate, that has no impact on your credit score at all. And that doesn't reduce your number because it's a soft credit check. A lot of the financial institutions do provide you the online banking platform or online platform where you can actually assess your credit reports and see what you have on it. I do recommend to check your credit score or your credit reports once in a year. And I said in my other video, why I do that recommendation is making sure that every information on your credit score is accurate. Your name, your address, there's no mismatch, because any mismatch will impact on you. Any credit products that you did not apply for will impact on you. So yes, it's good to check your credit score and your credit report once in a year, just to make sure that everything is accurate. But the misconception that people do have, that if I do check it, it's going to lower my score. No, it doesn't lower your score. Another misconception that people do have as well is, if I close my old accounts, that would help build up and increase my credit score. No, it doesn't. Closing of your old accounts only closes that long-term history that you have built over time on your credit reports. So when you close it, it's just more like you're starting afresh again. What I do advise is, if you're not using that account anymore, you can just keep it opened, but you don't have to use it. That way, it's still helping to build your credit report or increase your scores. Take, for example, your total limit versus your total balance. If you do have that revolving credit that has zero balance on it, that you haven't used it, that would also help in your utilization as well. So keeping those old accounts active, they are pretty good because it actually helps to build your credit score. And if you close those old accounts, it will bring down your credit score, but it's something that you can build over time. Now, when we talk about those misconceptions, most times it's not to make people get scared about their credit reports or anything like that. It's just to make you aware, like knowledge is wealth, make you aware of some of the information that you did not have before. Now, the last one that I'm going to talk about is the misconception that the credit score or the information is the same across all the credit bureaus. No. So there are a lot of factors that the different credit bureaus take into consideration. Their algorithms, different information that they do have. So you would notice that if you do check with this credit bureau, for example, you check with Equifax, your score might be a little bit higher or lower than when you check with TransUnion as well. That's just because of their algorithm. So it's not the same across all boards. If you did like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.